And blessings, YouTube. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Okay, y'all, I've been up for hours. Hours. I've been up for hours. I've been on my feet for a while. I've been doing my ancient Friday Het Haruan, goddess of love, beauty, sensuality, uh, pampering of my hair, and making raw foods and just taking care of myself, y'all. So Friday is my day where if I do a live stream, it's not going to be at 9 a.m. like I usually do because I make my own cleanser for my hair, and then I put it in, and you gotta let it sit. And then I make my own shampoo, my own conditioner, and then you gotta put it in. And then I was making a bunch of raw foods because I want to be prepared. And all that takes hours, like it takes a long time. But as I was telling my ancient beauty ritual current intensive that's happening right now, I've told them that, Spirit told me, you are worth it. We all are worth those many hours that we put into our hair. And we talked about the neglecting of our hair sometimes. We'll work on our skin and our body. We'll get our manis and petties. But the hair, we don't want to put any time into. And on a spiritual level, how very connected to the divine our hair is. And if we really understood that, we might treat it better. So anyway, we talked about that, but that's the beauty ritual. So I'm going to talk today. Ladies, I want to thank you again for the responses, the comments, the likes, the views on the last two videos. The first one, I'm going to call it the relationship agenda, okay? The first one was called He Ain't Coming. That was the day before yesterday. Yesterday was What is a Good Black Man? That's what the video was entitled. And today is Pray That He Leaves You. Now, ladies, this is the last one of this agenda, relationship agenda series that you had going on. I think you almost had 2 hours. You might get another one. Let's see what Spirit will do and how Spirit will come forth and through, right? It's the last one because on October, our intensive for October, our 21-day intensive is going to be all about relationship. But as I told my group, it's not going to be about finding the one and how to find a roommate or how to find a roommate. It might be a roommate. You might be sleeping with your roommate right now. Are you sleeping with your roommate thinking it's your husband or your lover? Are you sleeping with your roommate thinking that you even like him or that you want to be with him? Are you sleeping with your roommate wishing that he could go away because you're not really happy in this relationship? Well, today we're going to talk about that. Pray that he leaves you. But I'm going to do in October, I'm going to do one that actually really brings all of this together and gives you remedies on either the good one. Yesterday I talked about you could have that good man. But because you don't know yourself and understand your role, it's hard for you to understand his. The day before that, I talked about the fact is he ain't coming. There is not the one, and the one's not coming because you are the one. So today I want to talk about, let's say that you know that. Let's say, okay, you say, you know what, I was there for he ain't the one, and I felt that. And I was there yesterday for what is a good man, and I felt that. And I'm realizing that out of those two, I'm with the one that is not really the person that's supposed to be for me for now. That I know that this is not a good relationship. I know that it's not serving me. I know that I need to get out, but I don't know how. I've attempted many times. This is what you might be thinking, this person that this video made before. I attempted many times. I leave, but then he calls me, or I call him back, or I get lonely, or I get scared, or I get afraid, or somebody says, girl, why you left? Or somebody says, girl, why you didn't leave sooner? Or something happens. My abandonment issues come to light. That's why in September the 9th, today is the last day, by the way, to get the Abandonment Issue Intensive that starts September 9th for $87 instead of $147. And you might say, but my abandonment issues come up, Lisa Marie. And then I want him, I think I want him back, but the minute I call him back, I go, damn, nah, this is not it. But I don't know how to let it go. Or you might be going through this. You might be saying, you know what? I know he ain't the one, but I ain't ready. I ain't ready. I ain't ready. I ain't ready to say go. I ain't ready because I'm so afraid. I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to make it without him financially. I don't feel strong. My self-esteem is down. I've been abused mentally, physically, or spiritually. Something, I can't, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, Queen. So I tell you something that an elder told me, and I'm going to give you her name, her props. She is the Reverend Eloise Oliver from a church in Oakland, California called Science of the Mind, right? East Bay Church of Religious Science. And this woman is an elder, and she's wise. And I remember we were so lucky, I say in this group of this community that I was a part of in Oakland, where we were able to have her daughter be one of our mentors, Sister Rashida Kaaba, beautiful, wonderful mentor. And we were all sitting around, and we were actually at Reverend Eloise's house because we were hanging out with Rashida. And we were all like, Sister Reverend Eloise, Queen Mother, Reverend Eloise, we all told about our situation, the relationship that we were with our men. And everybody had a reason why it wasn't working. They thought he was cheating. He took them for granted. He didn't pay attention. He didn't hear them out. And we all thought, and we all waited, each of us, for her to give us this like sage wisdom, and she did. It wasn't what we were expecting, but false expectations appearing real. But she gave it to us. She said, she didn't answer us individually. She didn't give us individual advice for our individual stories. She said, if you can't leave him, if you're too scared, if you're afraid in any way, if you just ain't feeling it right now, pray that he leaves you. Pray that he leaves you. So this way, it won't be, what if I let him go and he's the one? What if I let a good one go because I'm not well, or I'm not healed, or I'm not fixed, and then I let him go and then he was the one? In other words, the blame, the shame, the guilt, the doubt, the regret won't be on you. Pray that he leaves you. And if it's somebody if you're in an abusive relationship, which are sometimes the most difficult to leave, because those relationships you are almost accustomed to the abuse. You start to get used to the abuse. You start to almost, if you don't have the abuse, you start thinking something's wrong. You don't feel yourself if you're not being abused. And a lot of times, especially if it's psychological abuse or even verbal abuse, you're so used to being put down, not that you like it, but that you don't know any other way. So I'm saying for you too, and so it's not right, but you rationalize it sometimes, but in your heart of hearts, it's not right. Pray that he leaves you. Because that's the only way for some women, some of us, some queens, to let go of a bad relationship is for him to leave us. Because as long as we say, I broke up with him, but I asked him to come back, and he comes back, you in it. The moment that he says, I don't want to do this anymore, or he doesn't want to do it anymore, or he doesn't come back to you, there's almost nothing you can do. What I find, and I'm generalizing, but what I find, generally speaking, is that when a man is done, he's done. A woman, not so much. A woman, she got it. It's going to take a lot to make her be done. I'll give you an example of what I believe and why I believe this to be true. So you'll meet a man, and you're dating, it's a new guy, you've been with other people before him, and he's been with other people before you, you're grown, right? And then you'll ask, so tell me about your last relationship or your first love or the true love of your life. And he'll be like, no, I really, I haven't dated in a while because I was hurt once. Wait a second, let me repeat this. A man, I was hurt once. So you ain't date for years because you was hurt once. Like, a woman almost can't understand that because, see, we go back up in there again. We be like, I was hurt once, but I gave it another try with the next one. I gave it my all with the next one. We will get back on that horse. A man will be hurt once and either will be a serial womanizer, or he will never commit to a woman, or no woman will ever be good enough. Because that one time, like I've heard men say, yeah, I was hurt once. Wow. Like, yeah. So I think that when a man is through, whether it's healthy or not, he's through. I think a woman, we start getting nervous. We think, oh, we're getting older, or maybe we're not 50, why leave now? Or I've been with him so long, or where else am I going to go? Or who else is going to want me? Men, generally speaking, not absolute, it don't really almost sometimes matter what they look like. Somebody might go get them. Somebody might take them. I think for us, our leaving, I'm just trying to draw a picture of why this woman may not want to leave that relationship. And I'm not saying any of these reasons are good in the sense that it are healthy. There's no good, there's no bad. There's healthy and unhealthy, and a lot of other stuff in between. But in the end, it's healthy and unhealthy. I think that this is a bold move now to pray that he leaves you. Oh my God. What a bold move. How many of you, when I say it, you kind of cringe a bit? The fact is, you know it's powerful. You know as soon as you saw the title that praying that he leaves you actually could work. And it scares the ish out of you. Because you understand. And if you felt cringed, if you felt on some level that it was a possibility that if you prayed that he would leave and you got scared, I want you to know that it's okay. You're in the right place. Because that's why that feeling is the feeling you got to deal with. You got to deal with the fact that you know that you're so powerful. You know your power, because when I said, pray that he leaves you, you cringed. When I said, pray that he leaves you, you got scared. Because you must believe in the power of your prayer. You believe in the power of your word, but you believe in the power of your word to get things away from you, the power of your word to get you not what you want. Believe in the power of your word to have what you want. I want you to feel that cringe feeling. I want you to feel that fearful feeling, but feel it for something because you want it so much. You want that thing. That same power of prayer to pray him away, to pray that he leaves you, is the same power that can pray something that you want to you right here and right now. Do you understand that that feeling you felt when I said it is energy? And that same energy can be transformed into something that you actually want. Who is bold enough today that is listening to pray that he leaves them? Most of us probably won't. A few of us will attempt it and be scared to do you know what. But somebody's going to do it. And if you do it every day, or you do it when you're feeling it, and you do it with power, and you do it for realness, he will leave. He will walk out. A lot of us as women, and particularly as spiritual people too, I think we forget this as spiritual women. We forget the power of energy. That our words is not as powerful as the energy behind the word. That our actions is not as powerful as the energy behind the action. So in other words, if you feel and you pray him that he leaves you, what you're doing is you're using energy to actually communicate with his energy. Because sometimes men, generally speaking, will tune out a woman, her desires, her wishes, especially if he's heard it 1,000 times and you ain't left him yet. You told him what you want and what you're going to do and why you're upset, but you still there. So now he's untuned. You are tuned out, darling. You tuned out, he tuned you out. But guess what is not tuned out is his feelings. That's why when a man says, I was hurt once, his feelings was crushed. He's very sensitive. When you pray him away, he don't even have to hear you, see you, know that you're doing it. He will feel that energy immediately. And he will say, you know what? I was thinking. I think I should leave. This is not a good situation. I think we're going to hate each other if I stay too long. I think I should leave right now. You know, I heard you when you said 5 years ago how you felt, and you've been saying it for the 5 years ever since. I think I need to move on. When you pray him, when you pray that he leaves you, guess what? He will probably never come back to you. Even if you beg or plead or tell him all the reasons why you should, because you're going back into your feelings because that fear is coming up, he may physically come back into your life, but he will never be there the same way again. He's a man, generally speaking. Pray that he leaves you. Are you brave enough to do that? Now, this is just for the people that know that he needs to go and they really want him to go, but they're afraid. It's powerful words, isn't it, sisters? Pray that he leaves you, because he will. And you will see the power in your words and the power in your actions, but more importantly, the power in your energy. This intensive I'm doing in October, it's going to be the relationship intensive. It's going to bring you back to you and give you back your power. And any way that I could do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's see who's on today. Hey, Aura Day, you look beautiful. Thank you. Hey, Journey. Peace to you, Erica. Good morning. Erica reminds me of that song by Chrisette Michelle, Blame It On Me. Ah, Shay, I love it. Inspired by nature, live chat again. Yes. Hey, Pink Diamond, gotta know when to hold them. That's right, when to fold them, when to walk away, and when to run, honey. Kenny Rogers said it best, didn't he? Thank you, Pink. Mary Conway says, hello, sister. Hey, Queen. Erica says, more forgiving, Ashe. Grand Rising, Lisa, and everyone. Hey, Jazzy, Indigenous Swag. All right, Lisa, I didn't think of that. I love you, Miss Berla Johnson. Inspired by nature. No, that's called reverse psychology. And, okay, Ashe. And you know he will not be tempted. He will not be tempted, stalk you, I say. Joy says, peace, Queen. I know, MT. I missed that. I love you, though. Hey, Joy. Tia says, I used to ask to remove a man if he wasn't for me. Then I realized I just needed him to go, period. I already knew he wasn't for me, so I took the if off the prayer. Come on, Queen. Love it. Pink says, yes. Joy says, my ex was praying I would leave him while I was holding on. Ashe. Come on. Thank you for being so real. Jazzy says, this message is so resonating. I am so scared. 11 years with the father of my children. I know I'm not happy. Ashe. Good. I'm glad it's resonating. Nicole says, 5 years later, after an abusive relationship, it was the best thing that happened to me. Yes, Nicole. Grasshopper says, beautiful, glistening goddess. Thank you so much. TT, greetings to you, beautiful. Nicole, great. I'm happy for you. Love and light. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. It is so powerful. Oh, great day to you all as well. Great day to you, Unc Nephet Ka. I did exactly that by praying him away because I knew he wouldn't leave on his own. It's happening slowly but surely. Robin Ray, yes. Roletta, how are you, Robin? I so appreciate your spirit. You know what? I appreciate y'all spirit. And I appreciate the spirit of the Most High. Y'all, I went in the bathtub today and I said, Spirit, what do you want me to tell these ladies? The Spirit said, one more day on the relationship. You know, as a black woman like you, I thought to myself, I said, I know everything I say you can relate to because it's you I'm talking about, but I'm also talking about me. Me over the years. I can't tell you how many times that I thought that everything could either be fixed or repaired if I either left a relationship or got into one. It was always, I'm unhappy with this relationship. I didn't know how to say I'm unhappy with my own self and my own life. I'm distracted by this job, or I'm distracted by the family members that are, that are not healthy. I kept wanting it to be everything. And so for women, especially the men, it's the men. I'm not a happy woman because I'm in an unhappy relationship with an unhappy person. But who are you in the relationship with? And who truly is the unhappy person? See, this is the thing. The real thing is the power is yours. Praying that he leaves you puts the power back in your hand. The way you feel about your life, the condition of your life is your power to change it. You as a woman, you change. You have to grow. You go through menopause. You have physical changes that go on throughout your body from the day that you are born, from the day that you take your first breath. Whether it's puberty, whether it's menstruation, whether it's childbearing, whether it's giving birth, whether it's menopause, you keep changing. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's why yesterday I said maybe the one you got is the one for you, because if you got a man in your life that can know that you're going to change, that knows every day he don't know who he going to wake up to, and he's okay with that, now he's kind of expecting it, then you got a good one. But when you try to put yourself at an equal level as if you're a woman, you can't be equal to a man. Let me tell you, I don't mean this in a sexist way. I don't mean he's more superior to you. If anything, if anything, goddess, baby maker, dream pushed through and for and realized woman, giving birth to queen, it might be you that has the upper hand. It might be you that have come into a faster body, being that of a female, a woman, a goddess. This is what I'm saying to you. You putting him on a standard, he ain't there yet, and he might not get there, but love him if you got a good one. What about you now? Can we put that aside? Can we push that up? Now let's talk about you. What you want to do? What's your dreams and desire? What's your divine purpose? Why did you come on this earth? So many black women, men like to say, oh, black women are either angry or they say we're strong. And I don't know which one is worse sometimes. But I'm going to say this to you. What is your strength to be used for? Because that's power. I call the black woman's strength tremendous power. If you are the first of the earth, wouldn't you be more powerful than maybe everybody else walking? So what does that look like for you? Because you're waiting on something that I'm not sure if it's true. I got to do the history and figure out when we decided that the man is the one that's the leader, that he takes care of everything. Why can't you? I told you Hatshepsut did. She was the king and queen. Harriet Tubman had to take care of it. She was the king and queen. Sojourner Truth was the king and queen. Fannie Lou Hamer was the king and queen. I mean, like, where you forgot, and I don't mean playing both roles. I'm saying when I use king and queen, I'm not really saying male, female. I'm saying the strength that you have to step into your power. Step in that power. Live in that power. And anybody that can, y'all, phone ring. Anybody that can deal with that, anybody that want to deal with that, okay, that might be a keeper. Anybody else that cannot, that might not be. But the reality is you're the keeper. The reality is you're the one. Like, I get that. Like, I cannot, you know what? Creator, please help me. Help me, Creator. Help me understand that it ain't nobody else. It's just me. Help me understand that I got so many great things on this world to do, and I just need to step into the power, understand the power, know how to utilize and use the power for the good of everybody in my life. And whatever else I need will join me. Whatever else I need will be a part of my life. Step into that because it's waiting for you. It needs you. And I need you, and the universe needs you, and that man needs you, and those children need you, and the world needs you. I'm not trying. I want you to do it differently. I want you to understand that everything you were told about you as a woman and everything you were ever told about you as your man as a man may be false. That you have to understand you, and then whatever complements that, you'll know what it is. It's almost like buying a pair of shoes because you're going out, but you bought the shoes before the dress. You ain't going to buy the shoe unless you just all about matching your dress to your shoes, and I get that too. Now, you can do that. But most people say, let me figure out the dress I'm going to wear, then I'll know the shoes, because shoes is more known as an accessory. If I know the dress, then I can accessorize the dress. And I'm not calling your man your accessory. I'm saying to you, then you know what complements that dress. But if you don't know the dress, if you ain't picked out the dress, thought about the dress, tried the dress on, figured out if this is still the dress for you, if this is the dress you really want, if this is the dress that's going to bring out your best features, if this is the dress that's going to bring out your assets, then you won't, if you don't know all that, and women, you know what I'm talking about, then you ain't going to go get no shoes. And guess if you did, guess what? If you got some shoes because you was moving too fast, the event was tonight, and you needed them shoes real fast, you probably going to get them shoes, wear one time, and get rid of them shoes because they wasn't the shoes for you anyway. They never really went with the dress, and they hurt your feet. Do you get that? I wanted you to get the shoes that go with the dress, and that you can love these shoes for a long time, because these shoes don't overpower the dress, The shoes don't try to get in the way of the dress. The shoes are comfortable, but yet they still look dope. So not so comfortable that it's not challenging anymore. They just don't hurt. Anytime you're feeling like you're hurting, and you might think it's because of the man you're with or the partner that you're with, take a few minutes and see if it's something in you that changed, that altered, that came up. If you're watching me, Queens, you are probably doing some healing work. You're probably doing some spiritual work. Yes, when you do spiritual work, everything around you is not going to look the same. It's not going to feel the same. You might not want it, because when you get real about yourself, that's what a lot of divorces come and breakups, because now what happened is, oh my God, I didn't really know me. I was pretending I was that way. I was pretending that was okay with me. I was pretending I was less than. I was pretending I didn't really want that. I was pretending I wasn't that person. And now when you start doing the spiritual, you're like, oh my God, I don't really have to pretend. I'm really this person. Like I said, know yourself. I'm really this person. I'm like this. Oh my God, Jerome, I'm so sorry, Jerome. I'm just going to pray you away, because even though I know now who I am, even though I know, I'm kind of used to you, Jerome, okay? You hurt, you like the shoe, you hurt my feet, but they kind of cute. And a cute shoe is hard to let go of, ladies. Hallelujah, if you hear me, on them cute shoes that are not feeling good, that hurt your feet, but they just a little too hard to let go of. So either you're going to have to do it real fast and just throw the shoes in the garbage, or help me get the shoes away. How many people have to get the shoes away? I one time had some shoes that were too tight, that were hurting my feet. And I took the shoes and I put them outside because I hoped somebody else would pick the shoes up. And I went to sleep, and the next morning I got nervous. I said, wait a second, I might can break them shoes in. And I ran back out there and went back and got them shoes and said, I ain't throwing these in the garbage yet. How many of you have put the clothes in the bag to go to the Salvation Army and thought about it, knowing that didn't fit you no more, knowing you outgrew it? But for some reason, God dang it, you bought them damn pants, and them pants was cute. And you go back in there and you say, you know what, I can lose weight, I can gain weight, I'm about to get these pants. You got to let the pants go, the shoes go. You got to let that go. But you don't know that. The only reason why the shoes used to be cute, the pants used to be cute. They just don't fit you no more, because you're starting to be honest about who you are and where you are and even why you are. When you could get to why you are, ladies, most of us have some abandonment issues. Most of us are trying to make our men be our fathers, pay for what our fathers did or didn't do. Most of us are operating from such a subconscious level, or actually not really from the subconscious level. We're not dealing with what's really down there. We're dealing with what's out here. That's going to be, honey, the two eyes will blind you. The two eyes will fool you every single time. I am doing this next intensive. It starts September 9th. It's called Healing Abandonment Issues. I take these 3 days and I did these 3 live streams for my sisters to say to you, we got some other issues going on, and together we can fix it. I love doing the YouTubes, but I think there's something called Sacred Sister Space. Sacred Sister Space, or SOS, Save Our Sisters. And this is not the place. There are things that I want to say to you that only a woman should say to a woman in the company of women. There are some things I want to teach you that only a woman can teach a woman in the company of only women, not men coming on, not other people that don't understand, not people that don't look. Sisters, ladies, find your $87 because you're worth that. And because it's going to be $147, $87, the last day is today. After today to August 31st, it's going to be $97. After August 31st to September 9th, it's going to be $147. It's called Healing Abandonment Issues. It is on the website now. And I would love to see you in there. I feel so free that I don't need my man to be everything, that all my woes and everything I feel is not because of my man. It's the most freeing feeling in the world. And I want you to feel that too, ladies. I do. So, yes, Robin Ray said, I did exactly that by praying him away because I knew he wouldn't leave on his own. It's happening slowly but surely. Thank you, Robin. Roletta says, I so appreciate your spirit. Thank you. Inspired says, when we raise our vibrational frequency, we attract better things, people, places, and situations. Ashe. There are great men out there, so choose wisely. Self-love, self-care first. Ashe. Rika says, I didn't have to pray mine away. God removed them by creating a situation that divided us and also making me discover things that turned me off. Ashe. Denise says, hello, beautiful goddess. I need to talk to you and come back. Okay, Denise, let's do that. I want Denise, I miss you. Girl, my Alaska queen, I'm looking for you. Please come back. Rika says, sometimes the burdens that we put everything into will be removed, so we put that effort in ourselves. A lot of people who are empty are always giving and filling up others. Yes, ma'am. Rika says, people will use and abuse your time, efforts, loyalty, money, and effort till you invest in you. You got to feel good about you to attract a good man. You got it, Darlene. The Queen, Scorpion, Oshun, yes, good morning. Thank you. Good morning to you. Inspired by says, love is supposed to heal and bring the best in you. Yes, ma'am. Natural Viv, I receive it. Ashe. Burla says, yes, yes. Pink says, laugh out loud. Natural Viv says, teach me, Ashe. Inspired by says, when you let go, God's source is being you even better. Yes, ma'am. Queen Scorpion, Oshun, yes, they will, sis. Yes. I've been through it, never looked at it like this. Very good, Natural Viv. The Queen Scorpion says, I know that's right. Yes, ma'am. Pink says, yes. Unk says, yes. Chia says, I got to get these coins together because I've been watching you for years and never did intensive. Chia, I would love to have you. Erica says, hallelujah, hallelujah. Asia says, I so want to feel that freedom. Yes, ma'am. Hey, sis, Darlene. Yes, Erica says, yes, yes, yes. I love y'all, and you can. But you know what, y'all? What did it do? I'm doing this intensive sacred beauty, and I was going through my own trials and tribulations. Things wasn't working out, and things kind of fell apart. And I went back to my spiritual rituals, and I went back to my eating a certain way. In my case, raw. It could be something different for you. And I went back to getting up at 4, and I went back to drinking a lot of water. I went back to myself. And in it, I discovered that everything I need was already always there. And I started really looking at this idea of unhappiness and what does that mean? And what was my remedy? It's him. It's the man. I need a man. I don't need a man. I got to get rid of this man. Girl, I need a man. Girl, I got to get a man. Girl, if I had a man, the perfect man, the man. And Spirit kept thinking, God damn, like you came first. You came first, woman. You give birth to the man. I was like, well, nobody could argue with that one. Not to say you don't need him to give birth, because you do, but I believe that when black women in general, but I talk to sisters, you'll know I do, when we actually step into our power, in spite of what men might think or other people might think, we're not going to be bitchs. We're not going to be overly aggressive. We're not going to so-called act like men. We're not going to be too strong, too proud. We're going to be loving and gentle. See, do you ever know that woman that feels good about herself, she's not angry. She's not jealous. She's not envious. She's not trying to get what somebody else got. She's not trying to compete against you. She walks with grace and ease. She moves like Oshun. She's soft and warm. And that's the real black strength. And a lot of our sisters everywhere, black, throughout the diaspora, in different parts, the continent. Black American women, yes, we show our power in a very forceful way, but that's not because we're less than, we're men, or we're angry, or there's something wrong with us. It's because we've experienced a type of enslavement holocaust that was not experienced in the same way by some of our other sisters and brothers throughout the diaspora. At the same time, anybody that has had or been dominated by a Eurocentric power is in trouble. So knowing ourselves when everything told you yourself wasn't even a self, in other words, you wasn't even human, and that's for all African women throughout the diaspora, whether you deal with colonization, occupation, education, indoctrination by the Eurocentric system of power, you're going to find it a hard way to go. But the moment you say lies to all of that and understand why you were so suppressed and oppressed, because you're so amazing, you'll never be oppressed by anything, especially your own mind, your own thoughts, ever again. And your choices of the man and the lover and the job and the relationship and the opportunities, they will just fall before you. What I'm going to teach in the next intensive is how do you get back to your power so that you can feel good about yourself and your life and everything in and around it. I promise you, I think that we can do it, and I think we can do it together. So I'll leave the link in the description box for the next intensive, which is Healing Abandonment Issues. We're not even going to go into the relationship one yet. That's in October. September 9th starts the Healing Abandonment Issues, because we can't talk about how we embrace ourselves again if we don't understand where we lost ourselves. We can't find ourselves if we don't understand where we lost ourselves. What direction you going to go in? I'm lost, but I need to find myself. Well, where you at now? How did you get lost? So we're going to really be talking about all of that, lovely, lovely ladies. Let's see. Oh, yes, I know, Unc. Thank you. I saw you pay for next time. I'm so glad. Erica, we hear you. Ashe. The queen, sometimes I want a man for building of family purposes, but when I think of the potential headache, I love you. I love you for that. It's definitely work, but it could be less work. And Spirit told me that today, too. But we'll talk about that in the next intensive. Priest Sister says inspire. Narc says, greetings, greetings. My ex left me. Oh, yeah. Is that a hip hip hooray? I see that. She said, I know about this. Thank you. Sierra Figueroa says, I was left yesterday. Right on time. Come on, y'all. Queens is talking. Yes, my narcissist ex, give thanks and praises. Them damn colonizers. Yes, I got you, right? She says colonization, occupation, education, indoctrination. Say that. Ashe, yes. Queen Scorpion Oshun says, one of my exes kept trying to add me on Instagram and would video chat me to drain me of my energy. That's right. Blocked, blocked, block. Hashtag access denied. Yes. So truly, 100% says narc. And Tiffany says, I was just left too. Come on, y'all. Are we celebrating today? I'm loving this. Yes, good, Queen. Yes. On some level, and when I say pray that he leaves you, it doesn't always have to be a formal prayer. A lot of us are praying somebody leaves us, and we don't even know it. So I love you, ladies. I don't know what Monday's going to bring, but I got some videos. But concludes the relationship until October, where we're actually going to start to do the healing work, although I know for many this has been very healing, just to identify it. And I thank you. I thank the divine. I thank the ancestors. I thank them for moving through me. I'm so much happier when I'm close to the divine. And I want to share that with you. It's a good time to get in touch with me, a good time to be in my courses, because I'm giving all I got. Love you, ladies. Yes, we do, Narc. This is Lisa Marie Goodson. I'll leave today, y'all. Don't forget, it's Friday. Today is the last day to get next month's intensive, September 9th, Healing Abandonment Issue for $87. Then it goes to $97. Then it goes to $147. I'm just saying that to say, get it for $87. That'll be good for you. Love you, ladies. This is Lisa Marie Goodson. of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Peace and blessings, Queens.